Ever wanted to add more color to one of your pages after you've already used your blender on it? Yeah, me too. And I'll show you how. So stick around. Hello colorists, welcome to PencilStash, a weekly show all about coloring. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing to get all the new content, and be sure to hit that like button if you're enjoying my videos. Hey there, Pencil Stashers! Have you ever colored a page, used your blender, practically done, and then realized it wasn't quite what you were hoping for? Yeah, me too. I'm sure all of us have. And that's exactly what happened on this page here. I was really excited to start this one. I had a vision in my head of this bright, illuminated cavern, emerald and bright greens, and our little duck from Romantic Country looking up at it in awe. So I start off making sure my colors are nice and bright, blend them together, and right when I think I'm done, I'm not happy with it. I mean, it's fine, but it really wasn't what I was hoping for. It's not giving off that glowing aura that I wanted. But I've already blended the heck out of it, so what do? So let's take a step back. If you've ever had this happen to you and then tried to go over a blended area again, you probably notice that the paper has an almost glossy quality to it now, unlike how the surface was before you colored it. And that is because the tooth of the paper has essentially been rubbed smooth. Whoa, the what? The tooth of the paper. If you've never heard of that term, let me tell you a little bit about it. The tooth of a paper is how its surface feels. It generally describes the paper's texture. So rough, smooth, all of the bits in between. So if you've ever gotten a coloring book where the paper feels glossy and it kind of sucks to color on, that's usually paper that is really smooth, has a really smooth tooth. This is great for pens and markers, but not so great for colored pencils. I prefer a much deeper tooth. That's why I much prefer coloring books like the Romantic Country series, the Joanna Basford books, etc., because of the paper quality. Now, these books usually run between like the $10 to $15 range and up, and you can certainly find cheaper coloring books, but the price difference is usually attributed to the paper, the tooth of the paper, and I'm telling you, it's worth it. You'll get much better results with a book that has nice quality paper. So anyway, back to my dilemma. I've already colored my page and blended it in with the Prismacolor colorless blending pencil, which burnished everything together. It basically takes all of the pigment of those colors and just kind of grinds them all together. And that includes the tooth of the paper. It kind of just grinds it smooth. So once it's burnished, it's very difficult to add in more color, since smoother papers don't usually allow you to add a lot. So what do? Do you just give up? Well, while it's difficult, you can add more color, and I have found a couple of tips that allow me to do that. But, these are the tips that I have found over the years that really help me kind of save a page that I'm not so happy with. Now, in my particular drawing, I knew I wanted the cavern to be darker, more mysterious, have more shadows in the nooks and crannies that I originally put in. So essentially, what I was lacking was contrast and depth. So I'm going to grab a dark, warm gray and try to add some in. Now, a few things about coloring at this stage. Number one, because the paper is now smooth, your pencil strokes will be very, very visible. So I prefer to use an orbital stroke instead of a back and forth stroke. An orbital one will mask your lines much, much better because nobody wants to see your pencil lines. Number two, the color will be much less saturated than the same color if it was used on a paper that had its full tooth intact. So even though this is a gray that's very dark, it won't be as dark as it usually is. And that's okay, it'll still work. But I purposely picked a darker color than I actually needed here, since it'll show up a bit lighter, so just try to experiment. And finally, tip number 3 is to use light pressure. Now again, because the pencil strokes are easier to see at this stage, I like to use light pressure. Otherwise, this color won't transition nicely with the one adjacent to it. It'll just kind of stick out like a sore thumb. So I'm going to go back into all the nooks and crannies in the cavern and add in some dark gray with orbital strokes and light pressure until it comes out the way that I had originally envisioned. Well, that's it for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this Mini-Vid technique video. If you did, please hit that like button below. It helps me out a ton and helps new folks find my channel. If you're new, hit the subscribe button and check out the rest of my channel for more technique videos and full tutorial videos. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you guys next time.